Alright, what's up, y'all? Alright, we're good. We good. What's happening? What's up, Vaughn, Patrick, Brandon? Got some newly funded traders in the house. Buenos dias, good morning, Gerardo. Gabriel, what's up, my guy? What is going on, y'all? Oh no, he said, oh no. What's up, Joe? What's up? Oh, yo. Yo, I wonder why I translate like that. Buenos dias, buenos dias. Grand Rising. Good morning, bendecido jueves. Gold? Oh, we'll look at gold. Happy Thursday, Seth. Hope all is good. Hope you're enjoying the powder out there. Kazakhstan, what's up? Buenos dias, Julian. What's up, Corey? Nick. Rafa. Took some 6E buys, small win. Decent. Trader Joe. What's good, Austin? Hello from the back of a Sprinter van. Hey, that's what's up. Alright, what's up, Madison? S&P at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. What time zone are you in? Somebody, Lisa, Greg, Grand Rising, guys. Alright, so let's get into it. There's definitely a couple ideas that I'm liking with metals over here. Possible buy plays over here. This was from yesterday's spike down at around like 9 in the morning. This was the setup we had marked up yesterday as well. So massive move there. We've seen London session spike out to take out Asian session liquidity or some of it. And then we have a higher zone over here. So I got two zones on gold and silver. I am open to silver buys still down in this area. So I think we'll kind of see how we start to work our way down, what that looks like. But yeah, I'm open to both silver and gold buys. And then the sell zones are pretty much the same. So we'll dive into that here in a second. But yeah, let's take a look at indices. We're 10 minutes short from, or 10 minutes away from the open. So we'll go look at that. There's a couple key things. So I'm going to start a bit more zoomed out just to give a little bit more context to where we're at in the market and you know what we have going on over here. So all right, we'll kick things off with NASDAQ. Yesterday we finally got above this 15-minute structure. So we had failed to get below here and stay below here a few times, and then this level really held. So this 28,800 level, like we saw the prior to the liquidation over here, we had a lot of good amount of support. So with this support, this held it down. So these were key levels, and we just had consistent liquidity sweeps and then rejections from there, rebalances, and the market runs. So from here, yeah, where's the fast track spot? From here, yesterday we were looking for buys in this zone. I wanted it a little bit lower on NAS, and then it started to rip. So it's been healthy continuations with NASDAQ here. During Asian session, we actually saw a nice drop into this level. Let me look at NQ on its own. And we break just below. Here we go, that's what I wanted to see. We break just below this sell-off right there into this imbalance just by a hair. And so I want to see if we're going to work our way down here again. So let's go to the replay tool and see if we have another spike down, in which we do. So it's easier to see this when you go to the 1 minute time frame to see that the market starts to push down here one more time. This move takes care of quite a bit of buyers, so liquidates a bit more. And then let's see, we got to stretch this out a bit more. Here we can see that we haven't quite gotten back down to this level, although the 5 minute keeps losing momentum. So looks like this might be, and these were signs that reversals were coming when we kept getting above and losing the momentum over and over again. Some of you maybe have considered this as like a shakeout over here if you're London session traders. So I could definitely see some of you maybe taking this during that time. So this is going to be on the radar for buys here with NQ. Now we do want to consider Dow and S&P as well. Try this over here. But zooming out, right? We are seeing a shift in structure. 15-minute definitely goes bullish. So we are in bullish territory there. We don't quite stay above here for too long, but I do think we can continue to rally a little bit more. And so that's NASDAQ for you. 5-minute looks good. 6 minutes out from New York Open. Breaking this low, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. People want this to stay in the structure. So briefly breaking below is always a good sign. An extra batch of liquidity right there. And then we have Dow, okay? So here's how NQ is moving. And then this is how Dow is moving. Dow, on the other hand, it's got a lot more motive to drop into. Like, it's got a huge imbalance to recover, whereas NQ is way further down. So I do want to see where we can get to over here. Nice, good buy, bro. And so from here, similar movement. This happens a little later. So look at NASDAQ. This drop happens at 9:10 a.m. Central. For Dow, it's the same thing. Actually, I think it might happen even earlier. Yeah, it's the same thing. So we get the move right here. So buys make a lot of sense on Dow. With this working its way down, massive spike down, and then the rally. And this was the shakeout that we're looking for. This tagged me out because I decided to be a goof and put my stop a little tighter, and then I missed out on all that. But with that being said, right now liquidity building up, moving sideways here. So here's how this could play out. We could see a liquidity sweep, and then the market might reject an order block and these levels of resistance over here. So this over here, see how we have a lot of resistance? That in combination with these order blocks, we just might get a rejection out of here if it times out perfectly with like where NQ is at. And then otherwise, weighing it out just to get Dow all the way down to here is going to make probably the most sense. And then where you would have a buy setup really anywhere in the zone, I'm a little bit more inclined to take it like right here. Right in this area over here. And then really anytime during the session we can get a pretty good move. So something like this would be fantastic. You've seen levels of reversal here in the past. Same thing over here. So just to give you a clean look at key reversal zones prior to all of these sweeps below, you have some sitting at like 49,430, 49,450, 49,420. So it's really going to be preference, I guess, and risk reward. So 15-minute continues bullish. Yes, we spike up to here, mitigate the high, and then drop. So you also have potential sells that are sitting right here. Clear sweep to the upside, eliminates retail sellers. We break below. It's not quite trading here for too long. Then we come back down. So I mean, it is semi-sustainable over here. Like the 1 minute looks a little bit better. We are trading below here for 40 minutes, comes back up, trades down here again for another hour and 15. So I don't think this sell on Dow would be too bad. Let's just see how it compares to possible reversals here with NQ as well. NASDAQ doesn't pump here at 5 in the morning. It pumps earlier. So we see it sweep, come crashing down. And then you have S&P. S&P with the sweep, the last move up over here, and then we've been trading below as well. So yeah, these areas have some key like reversal zones. Here as well, this takes it out. So you have this move, and then the move within that move. So whether it's NQ, S&P, or Dow, now I think it's just going to come down to reading price action when this triggers. That's as straightforward as it's going to get. You have your key zones for reversals. Where is this thing? I'm going to do a split screen and then have both of these lined up. So we're ready. What you can do as well, if you want to make your life even, like you just want to be more prepared, you can just start setting like the box, the tool, so that if you do have to pull the trigger relatively quickly, you're able to do that. So let's say we're to spike up and one clearly makes sense over the other, then you're just ready to roll. So let's see how these unfold here. Dow sweeping the low first. And pushing. Okay. Meanwhile, we have, let me zoom out here. Keep an eye out on, because a couple things are moving right now, right? A lot of key assets. Gold pushing a little bit lower. Silver starting to push as well. And then oil, right? Oil over here. Oil takes out this high and then melts off. So our oil reversals here valid. Nice little sweep. Market makes the move. I like oil sells. What do you guys think? Typically when we're looking for oil shorts, we do want, and I think this could go higher, so I'm gonna wait a little bit more. But typically when we see something like that, if oil's gonna drop, typically indices go higher. So there's a one more here at 102.33, which would be like the absolute 102, let's say 31. I might wait a little bit longer to like right there. Go like this. And so I'll set that right there. I like the play right here. If you want to market execute, also totally get it. We've seen Dow with a nice little sweep of liquidity here. Maybe gearing up for those reversals. And Q doing its thing. And then we have, let's see, where's... All right, I'm triggered into oil right now. All right, we're in there. Let's see how it lines up. Because one of the things that I've noticed, and actually I'm going to give myself a wider stop here just a little bit, because that's what happened yesterday. Yesterday, we got tagged out of this, and then the shakeout ripped. So now we're getting into potential reversal territory. It looks like gold and silver are almost at those reversal areas. This is the reason I'm just diligent with oil is because it looks like gold and silver would want to drop a little bit longer, and that might push oil up a little bit more. So that's the one thing I'm like, that might just bite us in the ass a little. All right, Dow pushing into this order block right now, and Q chilling, holding it down. So let's see. Here's where you have a strong level of resistance and support. So the entry, a more refined entry, would have been right there. And then let's see, let me make sure these trades are copied over. Why is this here? That's weird. There we go. All of these are active. Cool. Okay, so Dow playing out of this 15-minute order block. This is an entry point for a lot of people. I don't trade like that, but that could give reversals to markets go higher, which would push oil lower. And then metals, gold not there yet. Silver also not there yet. All right, but indices are. All right, so this is holding it down. If you took a tighter entry, it might be your RR is nice. And then take profit wise, this is more of a placement holder. So I do have a further stop here. Or take profit, and probably goes even deeper into this level. If we zoom out, yesterday we break below, we kind of come back in, we break below again, and then rip. So I don't think we're quite ready to keep making lower lows. I don't think we're there yet. The most conservative play here with oil in regards to take profit would be, if it gets there, is going to be into this little imbalance right there where we have quite a bit of a big sell-off continuation. So if you wanted to just, let's say, just your high probability win, if this goes in our favor, then that looks more like this over here. And now you're sitting at like a 1.7, maybe you can push that to a 2R over here. Which is still great. I mean, it's still like you're still collecting. Don't get me wrong, it's better than zero. So that could play out here if you prefer that. I think you're able to read the rest of the asset classes and kind of make a better decision on if you want to hold it here or if you want to hold further out. But yeah, that's how at least I would kind of look at this. So I'll just kind of map it out here. This area would be, and I'm going to just keep this neutral. This isn't a place to buy. It's just here, right? Here is conservative TP. Would be in there. Okay. So oil holding it down even though Dow keeps going lower. And Q is trying to push. Gold stalling, silver stalling. All right. All right, we can get into, oh, you know what? The secret, there's one secret correlation. Secret correlation is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the one that isn't really considered if you're thinking about kind of movement and how everything should be moving around. I don't really see any plays with Bitcoin, that, to be fair. This is kind of meh on the buy side. On the sell side, there's I think the market wants to get up to here and then reverse a bit more. So I think we're still a little bit bearish on the 1 hour with Bitcoin. We could work our way a little bit lower. So right, we're hovering around entry still, back and forth from a little bit of drawdown. It kind of gets into a little bit of profit, but nothing major quite yet. So holding on there. All right. Will this survive? All right, now indices are starting to make that play, Dow respecting the order block right there. And these are, I think it's just really important to know like the relevancy of it. And I've been building a bit of data with like the context of the order block and whether it's worth taking or not. But this one in particular, like this order block sets in right before it obliterates a whole bunch of liquidity. So this looks like one last trap of retail sellers, and then everything just goes crazy. So reversals out of here, I see that these are the kind of plays that do end up working out because there's just a lot of money loaded in here. Like there was a lot of sellers counting on another level of resistance and this dropping in, but this is exactly when tons of bullish momentum comes in. So the good thing is, even if this oil trade doesn't work out, let's say it doesn't, and it spikes up, and then it reverses, it does one of those, right? There's still opportunity, at least in my eyes, for something else, right? To be of value over here. It doesn't have to be Dow. Obviously, there's other ideas, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. S&P here took out 15-minute. This it's looking to go below this Asian Open. So I wonder if we sweep this, and then we make a move. Silver pushed below these lows. So silver finally broke New York lows and London lows with this little push down to here. That little push cracked that liquidity. So you can see that right there. But I still have my zone marked done a little bit lower here with gold. So it might be that I maybe got too ambitious with the gold markup. I mean, maybe that's the case. So let's see how I mark this up. Where I basically determined here's where money comes in and sweeps liquidity. So I had this marked up based off of right here. Like here's where we start to see it really drop off. I could be wrong though. Obviously, like from here is like the last point of structure, and then it slowly starts to kind of chop its way down. Here it's pretty choppy, and then actually from like right here we start to see it big sell-off and continuation. So maybe I was too aggressive, or I just drew this out too low, because it did get pretty close. Like we got pretty close. So if this keeps ripping from here, then that's going to be the case. Otherwise, what the heck? I want to move this a little. Otherwise, like this might be the thing. So here, for example, we go about 190 points or so. So if this thing were to go, way over here, then yeah, that could have just been it, and I had it wrong. So, what's up? Gold? That sucks. So for now, we're sitting around entry. We get into a little bit of profit. We get into a bit of drawdown back and forth. So still just kind of waiting there. Silver swept the lows and then ran. we'll see how silver is trading in here, because silver might set up for a different setup, for a different play. Silver's really going. Oh yeah, I think this was it. That was a mitigation. So gold, man, gold misses me by a hair again. It looks like that's going to be the case. And so if that is the case, then we might be setting up for a buy later on for metals. So you can just be patient for that. Let's see, are indices doing their thing yet? Not quite. Dow holding that up, and Q struggling to really drop. Okay. Let me see what's good. What's good in the chat? Ended up catching the short sell on gold. Sweet. 2R oil buy with half risk. Nice. Just logged on to a TP. We love that. 6J. All right, I just had my alert hit here. The yen is, yeah, getting into the area. I want to see this. I want a deeper retracement entry. There's kind of two areas that are interesting here. This order block and then the imbalance below it. So it could play out of here or it gets lower. I want the lower entry. So like right below where that alert is. So something like this. And then this would be a beautiful swing. All right, we're up about $100 per account here for the most part. That's like 0.2R or something. So nothing crazy. Some light. Okay, so we'll have the yen there on the radar. Looks good, already in it. I already have a limit for oil. Okay, so you guys are in there doing your thing. Gold buys. Yeah, I miss me, man. Yeah, so let's get a little bit of a zoom in here. Okay, oil pushing a little bit more now, getting more movement. Sweet. All right. Looks like Dow now really playing off that order block, finally getting that move. S&P pushing, and then NQ pushing. Okay. All of these are now moving how we wanted them to, and then oil is just playing games. Why is oil playing games? Close this out. Let me close this out. Close this out. There we go. So the irony of it all is that oil is the one that's moving the least amount out of everything that we decided to take. Oil is the one that's like, yeah, we're just gonna live here. We're tired. We've been too volatile. Let me take a break, man. So nice little play here. Anyone take this one? I feel like this is the kind of setup that Kebo would take in here. Up, US 30 is about to rip. Check it out. That's what I was saying. Got my TP at Tokyo high for gold buys. Nice. Thoughts on natural gas buys, man? You love natural gas. You have a problem, Austin. You're addicted. Be hitting the gas too much. Natural gas. What are you looking for? Buys. Let's see. Sweep here. You trade above for about 30 minutes on the 5 minute. I see it. I can see it, yeah. So you have, let's see. Here, sweep. Trade above, structure-wise, 30-40 minutes. It's pretty decent. I don't know the correlation between natural gas and oil. Let's see, interval. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted. So, it keeps doing that. Let's see, how do I change it so it doesn't do that? Time, maybe? Perfect, okay. Yeah, all right, so if you want to buy in here, looks like it would be like right here. Small time frame change in momentum. Where would you take this to? To here? It's holding it down pretty decent. All right. I'll take a half hour on this. I don't remember the... This is NG, right? That's fine. This is a small risk for me. This is like a third of what I would typically risk. Super tiny. Tiny little risk on this one. I think he's just bleeding out. If this loses, though, it's not my fault, right? It's Austin's. We're all in agreement there. Because I can't take responsibility for my money and my trades. That would be ridiculous. That would be ludicrous. So boom, oil. There we go. Come on, tightening up stops. Finally, we see the move. All right, you can go over here. We don't need you right there anymore. Filling in balance, so this is where tightening up stops matters. And then with a big move like this, I'm gonna get aggressive with my stop here. So I'm going into profit. So now we went up about, I think it was like 700 or something at the time on that trade. So tightening that up, like I said, conservative take profits, I think are in good place right there. I'm gonna just let it keep pushing through, and then I'm gonna get more aggressive with my stop profit, because sometimes it just rebalances and rips right back up, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So, or the probability of it continuing in our favor goes down dramatically if its only purpose was to continue this structure, the 1 minute structure, which is bullish, and come back up. So this way we would still collect something on this trade. Otherwise, from here, my take profit is a little bit further down. So this is a great place. Let me know in the chat if you're taking profit here. This is solid. I think super solid. We'll see whatever happens with natural gas. And then so here's the beginning of the reversal, which is to be expected. Meanwhile, silver ripped. Gold ripped as well. So that was the mitigation in my opinion. We just happened to miss it by a little bit. It is what it is, you know. It's good movement. On the other hand, what else are we seeing? Indices rejecting really well. That order block move was the trade for Dow. So beautiful movement out of there as well. And then NQ, man, just kind of chilling, like slowly moving along. So if we are going to get, let's say, shorts. So if this looks like, indices look like they have more to push. So I think oil is going to end up playing out and moving even further down. So I do think we're going to get to the TP that we want over here. Especially with indices wanting to go higher over here. We have NQ that can fill more of this imbalance, Dow that can fill more of that imbalance, S&P that can fill more of this. So yeah, this is going to keep going. I'm actually going to push this down a little bit more. The only thing is if, and this is possible, the market wants to build liquidity right here and then reverse. So I mean, it is possible. I think it's unlikely, but it's possible. And then looking at how the market worked its way down. This failed to make a lower low on the 5-minute for NASDAQ. The Dow did briefly, but then is immediately coming back up. And then same thing. Like remember, overall with indices, we are bullish. So this failing to maintain bearish structure in this bullish time frame, I don't like to go against it. I don't like to counter trend, especially when the market's struggling to maintain demand. So it tried going bearish, just tried flipping the structure, and then it just struggles. So typically I won't counter trend when it's happening this way. And I'd rather just miss out on potential movement and then just catch a higher quality pro trend setup. So yeah, we'll see there. Meanwhile, oil took out some of this liquidity, but still has a lot of imbalance over here. So the good thing is this trade has did hit a 3R already, I believe. Let's see, 3.5R. So my 2R, 2.5R, 3R traders all hit. 3.5 traders should have hit. If you want to take some off the table, cool. Run it up. Stop right now is in a pretty good place. Let's see here, stop profit way over here. I'm actually going to tighten up even more. Now my stop is at a 2R. We have imbalance fills possible here with Dow. S&P lost a lot of momentum on this, took these out and then came right back in. NQ is probably doing the same then. Interesting. All right, look at this. For gold, building up more liquidity. Didn't quite break through. So what's more likely to happen? Liquidity buildup or imbalance fill? Well, liquidity first. A lot of times it'll just do more of this. And then eventually, yeah, it can get there. But typically you'll see it, happen 1, 2, 3, like several times. Eventually you see the move. So if you're gonna look, if you're thinking about what's more probable, then where you see support resistance, that's a great place to take profit. So I could have taken profit right there. Silver, wow, silver did reject the zone really well, even though it was like ripping, going crazy over here. That wasn't valid. Like the zone was good, but because gold was moving less aggressively, I would have wanted to sell gold instead of silver. So that's not a trade I would be in anyways. We're slowly climbing with this Tradeify Cup account, sitting at like almost 6K right now. Not quite in the top 1,000, but I'm not really stressed. Let's see where this oil goes. Who took profit? Let me know in the chat. Who's still in there?
I took profit on oil.
You took profit on oil? All right, wifey here took some profit on oil. Took all profit on oil?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Break even now. All right. It's on NGN now. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm a noob. No wonder. I'm in this natural gas trade that I shouldn't have even been in. I guess it looks different. It's here. Yeah. NGN as in Nancy. And I'm in NGM as in Mike's a noob. Okay, I mean it's similar, I guess, enough. Yeah. Interesting. How different is this? I'm surprised there was that much volume even. It looks different. I wouldn't have taken this. The structure doesn't look as good on that contract. Got something in my eye. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna just break even on this. Well, let me get something for my commission for opening this thing. Okay. So if indices keep pushing, then oil should get there. Looks like NQ starting to move. Dow, S&P. All right, pals. Come on. You can do it. Oil is leaving now. Break even. I'm in oil and in Q. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Feels weird. Hold on. Half art on oil. 3R on oil. Nice Lonzo. 3R on oil. Nice Janko. I guess if your name ends in O, you're like killing it. Passed my 150K with his oil trade. Let's go. Come on. Oh, another syndicate trader passing another funded account? What? Crazy. As if the program works or something. That's crazy. There's no way. Harsha, you're a beast, bro. You're going crazy. And you're qualified for the cup. What a beast. TP on oil. Off to work. Hey, man, go get it. Go make that shmoney. Go get that money. Okay, what's up? What's up? Oh, boy. Gotta go to the doctor. Praying for your health, Marty. Genuinely. Gabriel, what's good? Okay, TP on oil. Nice, Mondo. Eso. Mondo said it today. He said today's gonna be a good day. He said, trust, today's going to be a good day. Holding. Took the 3R. Still holding. We get an ARAB money. What is my spread on natural gas? I don't know nothing about spread on futures. Still in. I am eligible for a payout. Let's go. Payout time. Payout season.
Taco Thursday.
Taco Thursday? It's the whole enchilada today. So syndicate payout. Crazy. A lot of people got funded this week. Yeah, for sure. We showed out. Man, y'all are good at this. Apparently you guys know what you're doing. I'm gonna plug myself in here. So if you want to do what they're doing, not even what I do, but what they do, click that link, have a conversation, see if it's the right fit for you. What's the worst thing that can happen, right? It is payout season. US 30. Why are you crying? Don't cry. Well, I guess you could cry. It's up to you. I mean, do whatever you want. Reaching the zone. I probably won't sell Dow first. Since it's ripping up to here, I don't think I'm gonna short this guy. If I was gonna short anything, I'm not gonna short anything, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna sell any of these indices. No creo. Oil being kind of annoying here. See how gold is dropping, oil is pushing. We need the opposite of this to happen. So I have my stop here based on just this little order blocks we had over here. Plus, I don't want to give back too much, so a little 2R to lock it in for the day would be great. Otherwise, I mean, we're going for another big, pretty decent push. So I'm open to it. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. And we still get biscuits still. That's the nice thing. That's the beautiful thing about a stop profit. I love biscuits, bro. Nice little Popeye biscuit. Why did I say it like that? This fast got me thinking different, man. What's up?
Lonzo took a payout.
Oh, Alonzo, you took a payout?
He said he didn't say nothing.
Hey, bro, you gotta tell me that you take payouts. That way I can, persuade these people so they realize, like, come on, the sauce is here. The number one thing of proof about trading specifically, the payouts. And not even mine. Is it duplicatable? All right, let's see. Do I want... Is there enough context to move this thing around? Because I do think we're still going to come back down, but I don't want to move it. I'm just going to... It's a tough pill to swallow, but I just got to leave it there. If it holds, it holds. Maybe up here, like right there. This one right here. Because what I feel is going to happen is we're going to get these fills and then make the move, and that'll push oil down another notch. Let's see. Or I'm wrong. Because there's liquidity over here, that's why. There's liquidity here. Alright, so outside of that... outside of all this stuff over here, let's do a quick, let's touch base a little bit here with some of our stocks in the mix. ENPH still ripping some more. Oh man, that is beautiful. Oh, I meant to change this one, not that one. One sec. All right, so our solar stocks are up pretty fat right now. Over here, made another higher high in the 4 hour, pushing towards these levels. Sweet. It's a pretty big move, so I'd understand some take profits at this point in time as well. Adobe down 3.5%. Oh my God, Intuit dropped 20%. Oh man, that is wild. I am down on that. All right, Nintendo, decent. So what's a good pickup for today? Is there a good pickup today, if anything? Picked up, no. Lyft. All right, what's up on the day? Let's see. And then the winners for now, just solar, mainly. Panasonic. Yeah, it looks like it's more niched. It was just solar. Everything else is relatively down. Pretty mid on the stocks frontier. Crypto up, mixed bag, a little salad. Green and red. Salad bowl, yeah. You got the lettuce and tomatoes. Oil, dang, bro. Oil, you gonna do me like that? No seas así. I believe in you. Looking at CGC, have you heard of it? It's a wheat stock. No, I'm not really dialed in with the wheat stocks. Maxed out accounts for the day. That's some beautiful language right there. That's what we like to hear. All right, metals, everything can just rip now, and oil can melt. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Let's see. Would you say CGC? Where was that? CGC. That's an H. Canopy Growth Corporation. How nice. Pumped a couple days ago. 472 million market cap, so this is pretty small. Small market cap, down bad since early 2025. It has seen much better days. Dear God. These were crazy times. These when these got legalized and everything just was absolutely ridiculous. Oh my God. I'd have to look into this. I couldn't just give you a breakdown here. Technicals wise, I mean, the weekly are still not even making higher highs. The daily's not making higher highs. It's at a lower level, so if you're like just kind of, I wouldn't say scalping, but just taking this brief in the consolidation. But there's better, to me, this is too much risk for something like this. Unless there's something like, unless there's going to be a catalyst, unless there's something revolving wheat stocks that, that could happen, that could trigger, a movement. But that wouldn't really be it. I closed all positions because I arrived to limit consistency percent today. Thanks. Let's go, Daniel. Hell yeah, man. We love to see that. Bunch of money-making nerds in here. Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. So, yeah, guys, I mean, to give a recap, I guess, on everything else that we're still keeping in mind. Regarding indices, it does look like possible, like potential shorts over here. I don't like that we don't break below the 5-minute really well. The Dow does, but clearly this doesn't have the same kind of incentive. And for all we know, like this could want this buy to me looks much better than the sell. after clearing liquidity, going with momentum, and especially if we stay here longer, I'd prefer to just buy. So oil or Dow buys are a preference for me, for sure. Everything is melting here right now. Oil is about to stop me in profit, so I did give up a bit of some money back there. You know what I didn't think about? I didn't think about this, like as a liquidity sweep. Fuck. So I did end up giving something back. Can't be too mad about a 2R though, so you know, I'll take it. And then the setup that I'm looking forward to now would be a Dow buy, and at least below 49,890 over here. Yeah, right around here makes sense to me. Or lower, so into this area. Kind of depends on how we work our way over to here. So either you look for buys based off of these levels of support, or if you want to play kind of deeper into the zone, maybe you split your risk. You can see here where is this thing? Oh wow, oil immediately spikes. So something like this. So right around in this area, I think makes sense. Just like anywhere over here. Safest bet, in my opinion, would be like right off this like first order block. But if you want better RR, here you've had a lot of resistance before. So yeah, I mean, you can catch it lower. It's all preference at this point. Okay, so 5 minute here. This has been trading above for how long? 850, what, 25 minutes or so? It's not bad. And then look, you're seeing indices NQ dropping more aggressively already. I wonder if this will line up, if we'll get the NQ. So I don't even need to have oil here anymore. If we'll get NASDAQ into this zone, like if we'll see this line up, like NQ mitigate over here and then Dow play out of here. Maybe. And then metals making a pretty big push down right now. The silver sell, wow, what a beauty. What a beauty. We had gold clear out the trend line liquidity here. So gold took this out. This lined up at the timing is what matters. That timed out perfectly to silver's mitigation over here. So this is why even though the structure wasn't great, there was like a bonus confirmation, which was the liquidity sweep right here. Even though I didn't take out the high, but so I see why it worked. And then now, you know, what's happening here? Let's see. Okay, well now we wait. We shall wait and see, my friends. So keep me posted, guys. Let me know how you end up approaching the markets right now. What's on your radar? I like the Dow buys. I think this one will make sense. Yeah, I think we can see the markets kind of work their way lower from these areas. I don't have entries with anything specifically right now. kind of cooling down. If you maybe are holding oil still, hopefully that continues to go your way. I did end up giving back a bit, honestly quite a bit, now that I'm looking at it. But it is what it is. Cool, I'm gonna wrap up there, guys. Great session. We're able to catch that in real time, and we'll go from there. So in front here, you guys will have a screen to everything moving forward. For those of you, we are hosting June's Fast Track, so if you want to be involved there, scan the code in the middle. That's just our hands-on program for newer traders that just want really hands-on work for 30 days. It's one time, 30 days. Check that out. From scratch in futures to having a full system, like absolutely ready to take on challenges and trade, like be confident enough to trade your own capital. The free communities on the left, and then if you want the program for just serious traders that are committed, you want to turn this into a profession, we have our 1-year transformational program on the right. As you saw, they're killing it, so it speaks for itself. But take care, y'all. I'll see you in the school, and tomorrow will be the last day of the cup. So if you're not anywhere near 10,000, then you probably should just full port. All right, bye.